not democracy. And you have to understand that since Israel was born in 1948, we have been a democracy, a member of the UN, and we are playing by those rules. And therefore, we withdrew from Sinai and we withdrew from Gaza when we needed, there was a quest for peace. It wasn't about the land that stopped us in order to pursue peace. But when there is war wages on us, then we take our enemy's land and we stay there until there is peace. That's what we're doing now in Gaza. That's what we're doing now in parts of southern Syria. That's what we're going to do in southern Lebanon. And by the way, we said to the Lebanese government, we will take parts of southern Lebanon until we can guarantee safety to our people, because you're not doing that, obviously. So Tucker was playing dirty games here because he knew that Governor Ambassador Huckabee is a Bible-believing Christian. And he knew that as far as Huckabee is concerned, Israel has the right, but Israel is not a political entity today that is to take it. These things will be added unto us when we are at the right place in prophetic future scenario. But you see, people like Tucker don't know the Bible. They may have read a verse in order to use it against others, but they don't understand what even Bible prophecy is. They don't believe in the future of Israel. They don't believe in God's plan for Israel. They don't believe in any prophetic element in the Bible. So for them, what we have now, that's it. And in fact, Israel is not exactly a model for godly people. Therefore, they don't even deserve what they have right now. That's the mindset of Tucker Carlson and all of the replacement theology, or even the
anti-Zionists.
Yeah. But the thing is this is why the teaching of Bible prophecy is essential.
Yeah.
Because when you study Bible prophecy, you understand that 30% of the Bible is speaking of future events, and almost 30%, and Israel is the center of all of these events. And if you decide that it's not going to happen, then you have to play with how do you reconcile what the Bible says versus what the people today are. And you see, it's a dirty game because you insinuate that you are a Bible believer, and yet you don't want to accept a third of the Bible as it is. And so I think that in the past, the size of the land was always proportionate to the faith of the people and their walking with the Lord. And right now, the Lord brought us back to the land, but we are not yet as a nation following him the way we should. But I never stopped him from working his way and doing his things and fulfilling his plans. And we're in the process right now of God is physically gathering his people to the land. And only later, he will pour his spirit upon them and they will get saved spiritually. And so those fake Christians are catching us right in between. And they're saying, yeah, they may have the land, but since they don't have the spiritual regeneration, they don't deserve the land. But wait a minute. God says first he will restore us physically, and then he will pour his spirit upon us. You cannot reverse things, and you cannot say, hey, they don't deserve it because they're not spiritually regenerated. When in essence, the regeneration comes after, or the spiritual revival, the spiritual rebirth of the nation. Because remember, the Bible is very clear. Romans 11 says all Israel will be saved. It's not even a question. The only thing is when, and the Bible tells us, when the times of the Gentiles will come to an end, or when the fullness of the Gentiles will come in. When is that? At the end of the tribulation, when the Lord will come back with his feet on Mount of Olives, and he will establish his kingdom where? In Jerusalem. He will come back where? To the Mount of Olives. He will establish his kingdom there. And then all the nations and all the Gentiles will come to Jerusalem every year to celebrate the Feast of Tabernacles every year. And those nations that will not come, the rain will not fall upon. All of this is future events. But it will happen when Israel is saved, and it will happen when he will return, as Zechariah 12 says, when they look at him whom they pierced.